Frugal Babes, Frugal Bobs, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Krazykerins, the Frugal Mom herself, and today we're just gonna have a little bit of a conversation on two words: contentment and entitlement. Alright guys, so you ready for a little bit of story time? Here we go, y'all. So, don't mind my kids in the background if you hear them grunting and playing and screaming and crying. It is what it is. So guys, contentment and entitlement. I wanted to talk to you about this because I have battled with these two words, these two terms for a very, very long time. But before I tell you my battle with it, I'll just tell you this, that when you Google the definition of these two words, contentment comes up as being happy and satisfied with, what you have. And entitlement is that feeling that, something rightfully belongs to me. So, a few years ago, I was dating somebody and, I thought that I was going to end up with that person. And so, we were looking at houses online, seeing what we could afford. And I have an expensive eye, y'all, just putting it out there. I love expensive stuff. And I was looking at houses in like my dream town, and they were like six-figure houses, like not just $100,000 houses, but like $400,000 houses, $750,000 houses, like up there houses, because I just love the layout, the open, setup there, the backyard, the in-ground pool. I loved all those things. And the person at that time said to me, well, how do you expect to get this? What are you going to bring to the table? You're a substitute teacher. And I was so offended when, my boyfriend at the time mentioned that. And I'm like, oh, how dare you? I deserve, these nice things. And he was like, yeah, but what are you bringing to the table? You're a substitute teacher making like $100 a day. That's not enough to have that level of a house. And we didn't end up together. It's a great person, I'm a great person, we just were not great together. And I remember that conversation kind of just sat in my heart for many years, because I was like, well, I deserve this and I deserve the best. And even when I did get married, I remember when I moved into my husband's apartment, tiny like efficiency apartment, I cried a lot. Because I came from living with my parents, and my parents had this really huge, ranch style home. We had a pool in the backyard. We had a deck that wrapped around the pool. We had a front lawn. We had a laundry room. I had my own bedroom with my own private bathroom. The tub was a jacuzzi. I mean, like, I was living in the lap of luxury at my parents' house. And then when I moved with my husband, it was this tiny apartment where we had no laundry room. We had no parking. We had no backyard. We had nothing, right? And I cried a lot because I'm like, well, I deserve to have this and this and that. And even, not gonna lie, guys, even 7 years later of being married, we're in a new apartment, and the first year, I cried a lot living here because there was no parking. There was no backyard that I could use. I had to lug my children, up a flight of steps, and there's no laundry facility. I've got to go to a laundromat to do my clothes. But something switched in my thinking. And it switched when I had a conversation with my mom. There is this, there's a family that goes to their church. I'm not going to say their names. I'm going to protect their identity. But I call the mom Glam Mom. Like Glam Mom. And if you're in my family, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Because, the woman, the wife, the mom, she's so beautiful. Her hair is always done. Her outfit is always right and tight. Her shoes, her children always look put together. I mean, they look beautiful, amazing, all the time. And my mom said to me, she goes, don't be fooled. She goes, I've been to her house. And she lives in a building that, when you look at it from the outside, whew, it's not the lap of luxury. But the moment you go into her apartment, it's beautiful. She takes pride in her space. She decorates her home so that it feels like a home and not just like a dingy apartment in a dingy building. And when my mom said that to me, like something just clicked in my heart and in my mind. And I'm like, you know what? How can I expect to have the $750,000 home when I'm not making my, $1,000 a month apartment into a home? When I'm not proud of what I have, when I'm not taking the little bit that I have and making the best out of it. And it just switched. I started becoming content. I started looking at things from a positive standpoint. I have a home. I have a bigger apartment than when my husband and I, first got married. We don't live on a 3rd floor. We live on a 1st floor. So praise God. I mean, technically it's a 2nd floor, but there's nothing on the 1st floor. It's like one of them like commercial buildings that were turned into apartment buildings, whatever. I don't have to come up that many flights of steps anymore. I don't have to get into my car to drive to the laundromat because where we live now, the laundromat is 1 block away. So I literally can just walk there. Okay? Granted, parking sucks where I live, but I'm grateful that I have a place to live. I have a roof. I have a home. And so when I started changing my mentality from I'm entitled to this, I earned this type of salary, so I should be living in a luxury apartment. Y'all, not trying to toot my own horn, but if I wanted to live in a luxury apartment, I could. I could afford it. Just on my salary alone. My husband and I have been blessed over the past year to have really good jobs and to get raises in our jobs and to bring in a decent amount of money, which if you watch my debt tracker video, you'll notice that like we've been paying off our cars and $1,000 here, $2,000 there. We're able to do that because of the salaries that we earn and where we live. We're living beneath our means. But don't mind my daughter, she's been crazy. No puede tirar eso. No y no y no. Recógelo del piso ahora. Recógelo del piso. Te estoy hablando. ¿Tú quieres que me pare de aquí? Pues recógelo. What was I saying? So yeah, I could have one of those beautiful luxury condos or move into a house in a few months if I wanted to, but we're choosing to live beneath our means to pay off our debt. And so when I changed my mentality from I'm entitled to this and I should have this and I should have that, and well, I don't like living where I live because I'd rather live in this type of apartment. When I changed my thinking and I started being happy with what I had and I started seeing the positives and I started making my little apartment into a home, things started to change. My attitude, got brighter. I started looking at things, with the glass half full instead of half empty. I'm able to see the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of us have like this like blocked, short, like nearsighted type of thing where, but I want this and I want it now, and I want this and I want it now, and I want this and I want it now. We have that kind of mentality and we're not looking at the bigger picture. And for me, what is the bigger picture? I don't want the $750,000 home. I really don't. It's too much home for me. I think a $200,000 home would be perfect. I want a backyard so that my kids can run around and my dog. I want a laundry room. I want a driveway. That's it. That's it. I don't need, the luxurious concierge. I don't need an in-ground pool. I don't need all those things. I just need like these basic little luxuries for my family. That is my bigger picture. And so as much as I want to move from where I am living right now, I know that this is where I need to be in order to continue to send those big chunks of payments to my creditors. I'm grateful all my credit cards have been paid off in full, but I do still have a huge chunk of student loan debt that is not going down. It just keeps going up and up and up, and that's what we're focusing on right now. We're going to stay where we're at. We're going to be content with what we have. We're going to thank God every day that we have a roof over our head, that we have 2 cars that are reliable, that take us to work and bring us home, that we have a space that it might not be the safest neighborhood. Where I live, y'all, it's a little crazy. Cops are constantly patrolling the area. But, you know, for right now, it is home. So to anyone that is watching, if you find yourself in a position of you're frustrated with life because you feel you deserve more, okay, I'm sure you deserve more, but look at your bigger picture. Are you going to be able to get to that big picture with the way that you're living right now? Will you be able to get that dream house or that dream car or that dream vacation when your house broke? I don't know. Something to think about. If you can change your mentality from entitlement to contentment, I can assure you things are going to change. You're going to see more money in your pocket. You're going to feel more joy in your heart. And you're going to be that much closer to your bigger picture. Guys, I'm so happy that you watched. I love you. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Comment below. Tell me where you're at. Are you content? Are you an entitled person? I'm not going to judge you, but let's start a conversation. So feel free to comment below. I love you guys. See you next time.